Okay. Y'all, I listen, I'm not sure what's going on with my connection or nothing like that, but no excuses. We just about to go ahead and keep rocking. I switched up the video, y'all. So hopefully that works. I'm not sure. But we just gonna keep trying because I promised y'all this video and we're going to do it. I don't give a damn if I have to sit there and just record it instead of going live. We're going to give you this video. I promise. So here we go. Lord, I hope this works. Reset my damn. Okay.
The day I found that old smartphone tucked in the crevice of a bench in the park marked the beginning.
So just so y'all know, okay, so this is two true Snapchat horror stories animated. There we go.
Beginning of a nightmare I never anticipated. It was an older model, but in surprisingly good condition. I figured it had been lost or misplaced. No one was around to claim it, so I took it home, thinking I'd done a good deed by rescuing it from potential damage.
Right. Boy, you found you a new phone. Too bad you gotta unlock that thing, but whatever. Okay.
Lies we tell ourselves, to be honest. That night, after charging the device, curiosity got the better of me. I powered it on, intending to find a contact or a clue to its owner. Instead, I found it factory reset, clean of any personal data.
So we're just gonna ignore the fact that apple looked like a Pac-Man with a cap on. Okay.
Odd, but not alarming. It was the Snapchat app that caught my attention. The app was there, among the standard set of utilities, almost beckoning. I created a throwaway account, aimlessly scrolling through filters and lenses, until one particular filter stopped me dead in my tracks. It didn't add funny ears or distort my face comically. Instead, it revealed a figure standing behind me, transparent but undeniably human-shaped. I whipped around, heart racing, but found nothing. I laughed.
Wait, why is his lights off? Why is he in the dark with his phone like this?
It off, convincing myself it was a trick of the light or a clever prank embedded in the app. The laughter died in my throat when the figure appeared again the next day, closer this time.
Oh my God. First of all, how realistic is this, man? If I saw a figure in my phone from my Snapchat, and you know, I've seen people with this type of same thing happening and they take it so lightly. Honey, there's a ghost in your house, dear. There's a ghost. Your house is haunted. I'm just letting you know. I wouldn't be calm about that, but I mean, hey, you know, some handle things better than others.
Its features more defined, an expression of sorrow etched into the face that hovered over my shoulder. No matter where I went, turning in circles, it remained, always just behind me, visible only through the phone's camera. I gotta stop smoking so much weed, I muttered to myself, but the seed of fear had already been planted. I tried to delete the app, but it wouldn't budge. Each attempt was met with an error, the digital equivalent of a stubborn refusal. That night, the whisper started, fainted.
Here we go with these damn whispers, y'all. You already know something bad is about to happen.
First, like a radio tuned to a station of static and murmurs. I couldn't make out the words, but their presence was enough to keep me awake, staring at the ceiling, jumping at shadows. By the
crazy sounds in here.
The third day, the phenomenon.
The third day? Get the fuck out of there! I'm not staying in this house. What is wrong with these people? Seriously, as soon as that would happen, y'all already know I'm calling everybody in my damn. Well, I can't call him. He took this phone, so he didn't have a phone of his own. And what day does this? And what day do people not have their own phones? It's weird. I don't know, but honey, I wouldn't be at the house. I know that for sure.
I escalated. The figure began to appear outside the confines of the Snapchat filter, glimpsed in the reflection of windows and mirrors, always a blur of motion in the corner of my eye. I heard my name, whispered with a sigh, the voice feminine and filled with an ache that resonated in my bones. "You can't be real," I said aloud, desperation coloring my tone. The response was a cool breeze swirling around me in a room with closed windows. The breaking point came when messages began to appear on the phone, not through any app, but directly on the screen.
"Help me."
The first one read, simple and chilling. Then,
He's coming for you too.
I sought out help.
No ma'am, he's not coming for me. This phone is haunted. Throw the phone away. You know what I mean? And once again, get out of the house.
Showing the phone and its unexplained phenomena to a friend Alex who specialized in tech.
Where the fuck did he come from? What the fuck? Weren't you just scared talking about a ghost in the house and the next one is him? Bro, we should be outside the house doing all these analytical shit. We shouldn't be in the house. Like, the only thing we're dealing with is the phone, right? Throw it away? No? Okay. Alright, so we just
Xavier, this doesn't make sense, Alex said,
no shit,
scrolling
Sherlock.
through the device with a frown. There's nothing here, just the standard OS and apps. This Snapchat thing, it's just an app. It can't do what you're saying. But I saw it, Alex. It's happening. I insisted, frustration mounting as the figure appeared once again on the screen, its sorrowful eyes locking with mine. Alex looked at me, concern etched in his features. Okay, let's assume for a second this is real. What do you want to do about it? I didn't have an answer. All I knew was that I was caught in a web of digital and spectral horror, the origins of which...
All this extra stuff when all you had to do. I'm just saying, y'all. This doesn't make any sense.
Were as mysterious as the phone itself. Little did I know, the worst was yet to come.
Oh shit.
The following days blurred into a relentless stream of terror. The apparition, now a constant presence in my life, began to manifest with increasing aggression. Objects around my house moved on their own, books tumbling from shelves, doors slamming shut, lights flickering on and off in Morse code of madness. The phone, my conduit to this nightmare, became my jailer, its screen flashing with messages at all hours, each more desperate than the last. At night, just as I started descending into sleep, I started feeling like someone was holding...
No, wait, hold on. He just said all this stuff was happening in the house. How are you able to sleep? That's not normal. Come on. I would not be able to sleep there. I'd rather sleep outside.
Onto my legs, yet when I would wake up with a jolt, there would be nothing. One evening, as I tried to capture evidence of this haunting on video, the air turned icy, breath visible in the warmth of my living room. The figure materialized in the camera, closer than ever before, its face twisted in a silent scream. Then, without warning, the phone flew from my hands, smashing against the wall with force that seemed beyond human capability. I stood frozen, watching as cracks spidered across the screen, yet it remained lit, the figure's eyes boring into mine. "Leave me alone!" I shouted into the emptiness.
He's such a little... First of all... This ghost wanted me to find this phone only for it to break it itself. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm just it's becoming a little bit unbelievable here. It really is. I'm sorry.
My voice a mix of anger and fear. No response came, only the sound of my own ragged breathing. Sleep became an elusive dream, each night a battle against shadows. I confided in Alex again, his skepticism waning in the face of my deteriorating state. "Okay, let's tackle this head on," Alex said, determination replacing doubt. "We document everything. If it's a ghost, there has to be a reason it's attached to that phone, and to you." Armed with cameras and a myriad of electronic devices, Alex set up a makeshift command center in my home. We waited, the atmosphere charged with anticipation and dread. The night grew deep, and just when I thought the entity...
I'm sorry, y'all. The angle of this face right here just kind of bothers me. He looks like a crash dummy.
...might withhold its torment, the temperature plummeted. The cameras captured orbs of light darting across the room, and the phone, despite its shattered screen, lit up with a new message.
Behind you.
We turned, slowly, to face the empty space behind us, only to watch in horror as a dark figure materialized, its details clearer now.
So we just gonna sit here and wait for it to form? You could have been out that door. Windows could have been busted, y'all. I need something else.
Now in the dim light, a woman, her expression one of profound sorrow and fear, her mouth moving in silent pleas. "I didn't believe," Alex whispered, his voice tinged with awe and terror. The figure pointed to the phone, then to the door, a clear message. She wanted us to follow. We did, driven by a mix of fear and an overwhelming need to understand. The path led us through the park and off labyrinthian streets to an old, decrepit building, its history etched into the crumbling facade. Inside, the air was thick, with the weight of untold stories. The figure led us to a hidden room.
Oh, now I know what she's trying to do. It's been a long time since she, you know what I'm saying? So she's trying to have a little three-way happening. I know this. I'm already knowing. Come on now. Ain't nobody there. The lights are off. It's the perfect romantic scene, right? I know.
Walls covered in old newspaper clippings about a woman who vanished without a trace years ago. A news article mentioned that her friend had received snaps from her moments before she lost contact, and in the clip was her smartphone, its model matching the one I'd found, only broken, like it had been in a terrible accident. The realization hit me like a physical blow. The phone was hers. Snapchat was probably the last thing she was using, and somehow her spirit was still stuck with that. Someone must have used the phone, and when they realized that it was haunted, they probably left it in the park. As dawn broke, the apparition faded, her message delivered, but the haunting didn't end with her departure. The phone, now a relic of a tragic tale, continued to flicker with life, a reminder of the thin veil between our world and the next. In the end, Alex and I were left with more questions than answers. What happened to her? Could we ever find the truth? The digital haunting ceased, but the shadows remained, a chilling testament to the mystery that had briefly entwined our lives with the spectral. Who was collecting all that info on her? And would we ever see her again? A week later, I dropped off the phone at the site, only to find her same friend there, who was still on a quest to find her and collecting all information.
How he's walking. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to give this one a chance before I sit there and skip this one. But so far, it's all right. The only thing that just bothers me is like, how do we really give a fuck about like this damn phone this much? Like, seriously, as soon as that shit started happening, bruh, we're throwing it away. I don't need to do no more investigating or nothing like that. My house should be back to normal. Fuck that. I'm so sorry what happened to you, girl, but at the same token, honey, I gotta check the deuces. That's all I'm saying.
I left the phone with her.
Don't just take classes, take charge. Start your comeback today at PurdueGlobal.edu.
Okay.
Hello, I'm David Miliband, President and CEO of the International Rescue Committee. I'm a humanitarian.
I started my Snapchat.
Damn, okay.
As a way to share the behind the scenes of my life as a model. It was fun, engaging, and it connected me with my fans on a personal level. That's how I met Alex, one of my many followers. At first, his messages were like any others.
Wait, OMG, you're so pretty. What do you do at work on a daily basis?
Compliments on my posts, questions about my work, casual chit-chat. I enjoyed interacting with my audience.
Her portions are a little weird. Her head is so small, her body. I mean, you know, sometimes I guess, but and what's happening in this vicinity right here? It's supposed to be her chest?
So I didn't think twice about responding. Also, it helped that he was cute. But then Alex's behavior began to change. It started subtly.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Something he had just gotten to an altercation, you guys. I don't know, but that's definitely not cute, honey.
With him sending snaps wearing makeup and hairstyles eerily similar to mine. Twinning with Liz, he'd capture them.
Oh my
I
god.
chuckled it off initially, flattered by the imitation. Yet, as his messages grew more frequent, so did my unease. Okay. One evening, I posted a snap from a late-night photo shoot. The next morning, Alex sent me a photo.
Wait, so was she supposed to be some type of like IG model or something? That's what she said her job description was. She takes pictures for Instagram and Snapchat. I don't understand. I mean, hey, if you bad and you got it like that, I guess so, but come on now. We all know, everyone knows, like there's a time frame we have, but I ain't hating. Get your money.
Of himself, posed and lit in the same.
What the fuck? This supposed to be him? Isn't it just like looking in the mirror? Bitch, you got me fucked up. This motherfucker's a fucking weirdo. What the hell?
Way, but in his version, he wore a mask. A mask that was almost a perfect replica of my face. Isn't it just like looking in a mirror? He wrote. I replied, trying to keep the tone light.
Wow, that's pretty detailed. Where'd you get that?
His response sent chills down my spine. Made it myself, so we can always be close, Liz. That's when the...
What the fuck? I'm sorry, but the first time he did that shit, I'm sorry, you're deleted, you're blocked. I'm not keeping him around. The hell is wrong with you? Don't be naive and don't be nice to everybody. They don't all deserve that shit. Fuck that.
Alarm bells started ringing. I decided to lessen our interactions, hoping he'd take the hint. But Alex didn't like that. Not one bit. His snaps became more frequent, more insistent. He sent me strange and creepy messages, sometimes his own pictures, which carried a distinct...
This motherfucker is so hurt. He looks like a pumpkin. Wait, Lime Neeson? That's what he looked like, but just in like a version of a pumpkin. That motherfucker's hurt.
...to look, which just made me uneasy. I couldn't point to what, but something about him just seemed off. Something which would send alarm bells ringing. Then came the night that transformed my unease into terror. I received a snap from Alex, time-stamped in the early hours of the morning.
Wow.
It was a photo taken from outside my apartment, the angle suggesting it was snapped from a car parked across the street. Can't sleep when I know you're just across the way.
What do I always tell y'all? Listen, okay, you can get bold and buck if you want to with doing some shit like that, but just know I am not going out without a fight, honey. I do not care. Protect yourself, man. You cannot be nice to everybody. You just can't. Sometimes being a bitch pays off.
The caption read, I immediately blocked him, my heart pounding in my chest. But it didn't stop there. The next day, I found a package at my door. Inside was a mask, another copy, but this time of his own face, with a note, wear this and we'll be together forever.
No, sir, okay? Get this shit away from me.
I reported him to the police, but without direct threats, they said that their hands were tied. I felt utterly alone, watched and hunted. My Snapchat, once a source of joy, had become a channel for terror. One night, as I tried to distract myself with a movie, my phone pinged with an email notification. It was from a new account, but I recognized the writing style immediately. It was Alex. You can block me, but we're meant to be together, Liz. Why don't you get it, silly? I love you. Actually, I worship you. We'll be together soon, my baby. I'll make sure of it.
Okay, the narrator is doing a great job of reading this stuff. He's got me into it a bit more, because I ain't gonna lie, that first story had me a little bobbed. I'm like, girl, it's a little dry, but I like this. I like this.
That's where the real nightmare began. The days that followed were a blur of paranoia and dread. After receiving that harrowing mail, I felt Alex's presence looming over me like a shadow, his madness infiltrating every corner of my life.
Stay ready.
My apartment, once a sanctuary, now felt like a glass cage, every creak and whisper of the wind a potential harbinger of my undoing. I doubled down on security, installing additional locks and surveillance cameras. Yet the thought of Alex out there, watching, waiting, twisted my insides with fear. The police patrols provided little comfort. Alex was a specter, slipping through the night undetected. If I'd be out at a cafe for work or meeting, I would randomly find him sitting in a far corner. He didn't...
Girl, are you serious? Hell Nah. When I tell you I would make a scene like a mug, I'm not going to be comfortable with this mug sitting across from me. She's too calm. Too calm. Make the scene. Let them know this mug's a creep.
Approach me, but he kept looking at me. One night,
and he has the face that you need to perform an action on negatively. I'm gonna say that because I can't say what I was gonna say, because last time I said that they cut my damn live. But y'all know what I mean, for real.
I was out partying with a guy friend at a club. We were dancing, a bit too close for comfort. But that is when he leapt from the shadows and started punching me.
When I tell you he ain't even got a taste, he is already whipped and he ain't even been with the girl. This is crazy.
My friend. Bouncers were called to keep him away.
What the fuck? Y'all, is it me? Wait, this is the dude she was dancing with? Hold on, rewind that. Was this the dude she was dancing with? I'm so lost. This is him. Hold on, we went too far. So she dancing with old boy. See, he got long hair. So, did old boy's hair just change when the cops came?
We were dancing, a bit too close for comfort. But that is when he leapt from the shadows and started
hair is blonde.
Punching my friend. Bouncers were called to keep him away.
I don't understand. He just changed like that.
He again didn't say anything to me, just kept looking while the bouncers pushed him out. Lately, the thought of even going out to buy groceries felt unnerving. Then came the night that pushed me to my breaking point. The air was thick with the threat of a storm, the kind of oppressive atmosphere that feels charged with electricity, mirroring the chaos churning within me. I was attempting to salvage some semblance of normalcy, sorting through emails when a notification flashed across.
You still on Snapchat? You just can't get it up, can you? After that encounter, honey, I'm not on Snapchat anymore. She ain't learned her lesson.
My phone screen. A new snap from a username I didn't recognize. Curiosity overcame my apprehension, and I opened it. It was a photo of my building's front entrance, taken from across the street. The caption sent a shiver down my spine. A storm's coming, Liz. Let's weather it together.
Right.
Panic
yeah, I'll weather it together, honey. Definitely with the strap.
Seized me, a visceral, all-consuming tide that threatened to drag me under. I rushed to the balcony, my eyes scouting.
Who does this? You know that you have a stalker. This man has been countlessly hitting your ass up, letting you know what he's about, and you gonna take your ass outside? Oh Lord, Heather, I need you to get it together. Please.
Scouring the darkness for any sign of him. That's when I heard it. The faint sound of someone trying to scale the side of the building towards my balcony.
Where's she going?
Adrenaline coursed through me as I watched, horrified. Alex's silhouette emerged over the railing. He was wearing...
Get in the house! Yo, I'm trying. I really am trying. But some things just don't resonate with me. I'm just saying. It just doesn't. Why are you standing out
there? The
there?
grotesque mask on my face, a twisted grin plastered across its surface. Liz, he called out, his voice muffled but unmistakably gleeful. Enough is enough, baby. You can't hide from me. Tonight, we get together. My mind raced, terror and fury warring for dominance.
Still outside.
Stay back, Alex.
I shouted, my voice steadier than I felt.
I'm calling the police.
No, fuck that. If that was me in that scenario, I got all these neighbors outside and it seemed like a respectably nice neighborhood. I'm screaming at the top of my fucking lungs. Hello, everyone. There's a crazy person outside and I need your fucking help. Please. I know y'all all used to minding your damn business, but today I need you to mind mine. Get this motherfucker away from my house. Get him away from me. Because see, if I pull something out, I'm going to jail. And see, now I got to compromise my freedom to sit there and make sure this food don't bother me. It's a lot.
But he just laughed, a sound that curdled my blood. We're beyond the police now, Liz. It's just you and me in our little world. No one can come in between us, babe. I'll make sure of that. With no time to lose, I slyly grabbed my phone, not to call the police, but to record him. If I couldn't escape, I could at least expose him.
Why are you doing this, Alex?
I demanded, hoping to capture his confession. His response was chilling. Because you're mine, Liz. You just don't know it yet. As he took a step closer, the skies chose that
we still outside. Y'all just pay attention to how long her ass is outside. You could have recorded him inside the house. Seriously. You really could have.
Moment to open up. Rain pouring down in sheets. A torrential downpour that seemed to mirror the chaos unfolding on my balcony. Using the storm as a cover, I made a split-second decision. I dashed inside, locking the sliding door behind me. Alex threw himself against the glass, pounding.
This motherfucker is crazy. Look at this man. Look at this man. He's crazy, y'all. He's I mean, it's been confirmed, but really, what are you doing that for?
Shouting, his mask now a horrifying visage distorted by rain and rage. I kept the camera trained on him, capturing every psychotic detail as I dialed 911 with shaking hands.
Hello?
Over the roar of the storm and Alex's screams, I screamed my address into the phone, praying help would arrive. And then, as suddenly as he had appeared, Alex retreated into the storm.
Oh my God, now she's gonna look like a fucking liar again. All because she wanted to be dumb.
Appearing into the night from which he had emerged. The police found him an hour later, hiding in the shadows, drenched and defeated.
Look at his ass. He looked like he's trying to be so, like a little boy. Just, please, y'all. I need something else.
The video of Alex's attack went viral, a shocking glimpse into the reality of online obsession turned violent. His trial was swift, the evidence I'd collected irrefutable. As I watched him being led away in handcuffs, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders, a tentative step towards reclaiming my life from the shadows of fear. In the aftermath, I dedicated myself to speaking out about the dangers of online stalking, using my platform to support others who had endured similar terrors. I had survived Alex's obsession, but the battle against such darkness was far from over. My story had become a beacon, a warning signal in the fight for safety and sanity in the digital age.
Okay, yeah, all right. I still don't even know if her platform was the Snapchat or Instagram, but honey, the fact that you're still on there, I mean, you gotta live your life. I get it, but come on now. Some things she was doing, I was just like, girl, what the fuck? But I don't know. Yeah, watch out, everybody. Just watch out. It's a crazy world out there. Even with me doing these damn lives, I'd be scared. Twitch, I done had like a little few encounters. That's why I don't really get on there no more. But yeah, motherfuckers be crazy for real. For real. All right, let me find another one, y'all. I'm open to y'all let me know what y'all want to see. But baby, give me something. Give me something. Let me see. Let me try to find another one. What's this one? 3 true only.
For as long as I can remember, I've encountered many.
Stop that. Her face look hella big. Okay, let me see. All right, so we got true ice cream truck stores. No, that doesn't look like something I want to. Home Alone. Ooh, let's do this one. 2 true Home Alone horror stories animated. Honeymoon horrors. Wait, hold on. Let me see your videos first of all. What does he have? Let me see. Another person I saw was SSG Animations. Let me check him out too. Hold on. SSG Animations. Is that him? Yeah, let me see. Is he cool? Let me try him out too. Let me just try him. Hold on, click on this. That was a year ago. What's his most popular one? That's what I want to see. Go to his videos and go to a popular one. From 2 years ago though? 22, yeah, this was the one I was thinking about giving y'all, but the views were kind of low, so I don't know. Let me see. 22 Horrors Remaining August 2023, that's old. Okay, what's his latest? 1 hour, 2 true Facebook horror stories, paranormal investigation horror stories, animated, 2 night shift horror stories. What should we look at? Top 7 true urban legend horror stories. I don't care about the urban legends, 2 true horror stories. Okay, let me try. Damn, I want to do. Let's do the YouTube one. Let me see this one. The story makes some experience. A content creator had a platform in the story. Gary is focused on searching.
Hey, my name is Gary. I used to be a well-known Pokemon YouTuber who is now inactive. My channel was based on finding shiny Pokemons, the hardest ones to find, and people started to support me a lot when I made lives. To tell you the truth, I was never into paranormal and I didn't need that kind of attention to grow my YouTube channel. My fans know me and they know this, so when weird things started happening in my house, everyone believed me. It all started during a stream. That night it was a little colder than usual, which caught my attention as the apartment was quite warm. I was in the middle of a stream, and I never said this, but I was a bit uncomfortable. I don't know how to explain this, but I had a bad feeling. A feeling that something was wrong. Obviously, I didn't want to share it. When you are live on the air, you always try to put your best face forward, even when you are casual. Okay. Make no mistake, I was always a very honest YouTuber, and I didn't...
Okay, so... I just want to take this time to look at this guy. So first of all, he kind of looks like Kevin Bacon with the damn eyes, and I know he smokes cigarettes because for him to be a white dude, them lips show is black as hell. Okay, for real. So I don't know.
Force things, but I also couldn't make a
being a YouTuber is stressful. I see, like all the work you have to put into your channel, y'all. I wouldn't blame him if he smoked a cigarette or two. I wouldn't.
Fuss about anything. It may have just been a weird feeling at the time, but just in case, I was more aware of my surroundings than usual, and it was because of this that I realized something was wrong. At one point in the night, the door behind me simply closed. I guess you are wondering what's so strange about a door closing, right? Well, let me tell you the answer. Everything. There wasn't a drop of wind blowing in this apartment. When I started shooting a video or live, I made sure all the windows were closed to avoid ambient noise. For a moment, I thought that Alan, my roommate, was the one who closed the door, but then I remembered that he wasn't home. I told my audience to wait a moment. I had to check that everything was okay. Maybe Alan was playing a sick joke on me, although that was definitely not his style. I checked the entire apartment, and it was easy to tell that Alan was gone. I saw him leave a few hours earlier for college, and I never heard him come back.
He got like a nice-ass place, I'll tell you that. He must be doing really good on YouTube, for sure.
Besides, his keys weren't there either. I checked window by window, and to my surprise, none of them were open. I went back confused to continue the stream, still wondering what could have happened, but once I got...
Close the door behind you, bruh. Fuck that. I can't... Okay, even now, guys, like, as I'm doing this, I never, ever have my door open. I don't know. I'm always alone when I do these lives, but if it were up to me, like, I'm never... I will never be having my door ajar, especially behind me. I need to be able to see everything. It just gives me an instant paranoia, okay?
Back,
I need to know.
Everything got worse. The feeling that something was wrong got bigger, and the cold also increased. And all the comments on my stream said pretty much the same thing. The door closed again. I was very scared, but I tried to pretend that nothing had happened and went on.
See, this is where you fuck up. You tried to pretend that nothing happened. Your whole audience just told you what happened. What are you doing? What are you doing? Seriously.
With my stream. Obviously, we talked about it for the rest of the stream, but I didn't take it as a big deal. To tell you the truth, I was terrified, but I didn't want to worry people or give them too much importance. Some were capable of believing that it was all staged. Once I closed the stream, I immediately checked the footage from when I left, and it was true. The door had closed on its own again. I looked the door up and down, did some tests, and even went back to make sure that no wind was coming in from anywhere, but nothing succeeded.
I would be so scared to revisit that footage. Ugh, y'all, I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I do like lives with like the scary videos, because editing those things creep my ass the fuck out. I'm like, I have to revisit the videos each and every time, and I'm like, oh Lord. Sometimes I don't get done with editing till like probably 4 or 5 hours later, and it'll probably be like maybe, I don't know, early in the morning, like 1 or 2 in the morning. I still have to revisit these videos. I'd be creeped the fuck out. So doing lives is like, it takes a load off with that. So I just thought y'all should know. So the fact that he's going back and revisit that, like, oh God, the door is open and closed in your own fucking house, I'm out of there. First of all, we're working on moving things. Okay, we're getting the fuck out of there. But the fact that he does this, I'm like, oh, honey, it wouldn't be me. But hell yeah, lives are way better with horror videos or, you know, content than to do them with editing. Because for me, it's scary.
The fact that the door closed at the same time that I was ill-disposed and felt that something was wrong with the place really had no explanation. Normally, I appreciated times of solitude, but at that moment, I just wanted my friend to get there as soon as possible, and he too would see that something was wrong. Instead of waiting for him or trying to edit the video, I simply decided to take a nap. After all that, I definitely needed to rest for a while. In what was probably the worst decision of my life, I went to bed next to the computer and took a short nap. The alarm clock was set for 40 minutes from now, just enough time to get some rest while I didn't miss the rest of the night. I couldn't help but feel a great sense of discomfort, and the cold still wouldn't go away even if I covered up, but despite all that, I fell asleep pretty quickly. I opened my eyes a few minutes later. I knew the 40 minutes hadn't passed, the alarm hadn't gone off, and I felt like I had only slept for 10 or 15 minutes. I woke up really very uncomfortable. My body felt a huge discomfort as if I had a fever, but different. When I have a fever, the discomfort is internal, but this was not. I felt that something was wrong, but I didn't know what.
What you mean? You don't know what? Your door was shutting by itself, bro. We know exactly what was wrong. So we're not going to sit here and talk to you out. It's like, we're idiots. We know.
At the same time, the temperature in the room had dropped much lower. The place was freezing, and that didn't make any sense, since when I grabbed my cell phone to quickly check the weather service said that today was going to be a hot night. I tried to sleep a little longer, covering myself as tightly as I could. I closed my eyes and drifted off to sleep, but this time, a noise woke me up. It was the sound of the door opening and closing. The door opened and closed in the same way as before, but this time there was a big difference. Behind the door, opening and closing, was a person. A very tall, white-haired man was opening and closing the door with a big smile on his face.
No, keep going. Fuck it.
His smile seemed very forced. He actually seemed to be furious. At first, I thought he was just a normal man, and
What the fuck? No, you did not just utter those words out of your little lip ass mouth. Are you serious? At first, I thought it was a normal person. Bitch, are you stupid? No, it's not. You clearly knew you were by your... no. You know what I mean? It's just a thought process. I get it. You know, I don't know. Let's give this man a chance. Let's just finish this video. But you know that's fucking bullshit. Come on.
Intruder who was in the house trying to scare me, but instantly I realized that this was much worse. The more I looked at this man, the more certain I became that, as crazy as he looked, this was not a human. His skin was too white as if he were a corpse. His eyes had a lot of black shadows, and the center of his eyes were red. Normally you would think that they were contact lenses, but no, it was something different. His eyes looked natural. It was a great flame red that seemed to intensify with each passing second. I thought about asking him who he was or what he wanted, but I knew it didn't make any sense. Just by looking at him, it was easy to see that I was not going to be able to reason with him, and even if I could, his motives for stalking me were surely much worse than not knowing anything. I didn't know what to do. The man was opening and closing the only door I had to escape. I decided that if I was going to think of a strategy or a way to
I mean, you could hop your ass out of the window and break a few bones, just a little bit. But honey, we've got to get the fuck out of there. That's what it is. Like, are you serious? Like, that goes.
Escape, the first step was not to lie down. I tried to get up, but my body didn't respond. I felt completely paralyzed, as if I had the worst sleep paralysis in my life. I knew how I was supposed to act in sleep paralysis, but none of that mattered at that moment. I despaired. I moved my whole body to wake up, but I only managed to get the attention of that being, and when I looked up, I noticed that he was no longer at the door. Was he gone? No, he wasn't gone. The man...
No, he was not gone. Are you serious? So he's going through sleep paralysis. Lord have mercy. I've never gone through that. I pray to God I never ever go through that, because honey, I have heard so many stories about how it's horrible, how people keep seeing these figures. Y'all, please, Have y'all gone through that before? Oh my Lord, I'm sorry. Oh my God, anything to prevent that.
He was at the foot of my bed, crawling slowly across my bed, getting closer and closer to me. I tried to defend myself, to wake up, to do anything, but it only made things worse. The man was in front of me. Once I had him face to face, I could only watch him. His mouth opened, and it was as if his whole face had opened. From it, he pulled out a long snake-like tongue and ran it
Oh Lord! I mean, I guess there's one good thing they could do. Now let me shut up.
Across my face. I had only the energy to cry, begging for a fate not so painful. And suddenly, as if it was nothing, I woke up. I remember waking up agitated, nervous, and with a lot of chest pain. I got up and nervously went to the kitchen to get a glass of water. I took my drink when I noticed something new. My cheek. It was wet with saliva, in the same position where the demon licked me.
Is it saliva? I'm saying he was pretty into it. Well, let me shut up. Honey. I keep forgetting. There might be little kids watching. I keep telling y'all it's not a kid's channel, but you know what? Whatever. We grown over here, y'all. But yeah, is it saliva? That's all I gotta say. Because he was really into his face, y'all.
Before that discovery, I was paralyzed with fear and began to cry. It was then when the noise of the door returned. I looked up, and the door kept opening and closing by itself.
When are we gonna get it through our thick ass skull to get your bitch ass out of there? That's it. Move on. Get out of the house. You need to move. It's not hard. Just go. God.
To tell you the truth, I didn't want anything to do with that door. I tried to slowly approach the cell phone to film, but something prevented me from doing so. The door stopped banging on its own, but was replaced by something. Footsteps. I began to hear very slow, heavy footsteps moving away from the door. Those footsteps were heading in my direction. I grabbed the keys and ran as fast as I could. I was trying to open the door, but my nerves made me make mistakes and take more time. As I put the key in, the footsteps picked
Why is that spit still on his face, y'all?
up speed and kept heading in my direction. Once the door opened, I ran as fast as I had ever run in my life. I didn't care if I was in my pajamas or looked crazy, I just wanted to run and run. You know, I never went back to that apartment again. My roommate was very scared by the story, and he also moved out as soon as possible. I never knew what that demon was or why he wanted to hurt me. Nowadays, I don't work on YouTube anymore. Sometimes I miss it and think about going back, but every time I think about it, I see that video with the door closing and opening, and I don't want to. I don't know what it was that attracted that demon, but the memory is still very much alive, and I'm afraid that monster is not finished with me yet.
Never again. I will never be the same if something ever like that happened to me. I swear. I'd have to go through all types of therapy, honey, counseling.
Funny butt. Feeling kinda yawny butt. Jelly butt.
That was a cool one. That was way better than the first
Everyone wants to be an influencer. Be it a 15-year-old kid or a 51-year-old person. In this world where social media is synonymous with life, people want to showcase their life on various social media. This is mostly to show people how successful, happy, or rich they are. But no one really knows the reality behind the life of an influencer. It's a rat race that everyone wants to participate in.
Oh my God.
A few years ago, I too wanted to become a social media influencer. Specifically, a YouTuber. I was in high school, and instead of thinking about college, I was thinking about getting good quality cameras and lighting to film my YouTube videos. At least 20% of students in my high school.
I gotta say this though, it's a trip how like YouTube has that much of an impact on these young folks though. Like, I'm not throwing no shade nothing like that, but please always have a backup plan if you plan on being a YouTuber. I have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan because the journey is long. It's going to be long. People think that when they see these big YouTubers with all this money, we don't even know what they go through. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what obstacles they have to go through, what deals they make, the people they owe. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's just so, there's so much I feel that we don't get to see as smaller YouTubers or new, you know, or people who ain't even trying to be YouTubers. It's just so much behind the scenes, like anything. So I don't know, the fact that they said that they drop out of school to become YouTubers, I mean, I feel like if the passion's there, you know what I'm saying, maybe go for it, you know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily need a college degree for everything, you know what I mean? But still, you always might want to make sure you have just something in the background going on before you sit there and pursue something so wholeheartedly. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna just move on.
High school were already YouTubers. They were making at least some kind of money off it too. I wanted that too. I already had a YouTube channel on which I used to post vlogs of my day-to-day life, makeup tutorials, and such things. But I was hardly getting any views. My parents wanted me to seriously think about colleges, and which degree I wanted to pursue. But all I wanted to do was be a famous YouTuber like Mr. Beast.
And they show this nigga.
However, really? I wasn't having any success in doing that.
I'ma shut up.
One evening, I was busy recording a video in my room. The doorbell rang. I was the only one in the house, as my parents had gone off to a function, and we weren't expecting anyone. I opened the door, and an old woman in her 60s was standing by the door with a pie. "How may I help you?" I said in an irritated tone as I was in the middle of filming. "Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting anything. I'm Joey. My family moved into the house down the street, and I just wanted to give this pie. Are your parents home?" Joey asked, peeping inside. "No, they're not." "That's a shame. Never mind. Take this, and I will come down later." She handed me a pie and left. The pie looked delicious, and I was hungry. I dished some out.
What the fuck? You don't know her. Why would you sit there and take that pie from her? And might I add, that lady was thick. She had some thick ass legs. But anyway, but why would you take the pie? You know this motherfucker? She might have put some poison in it.
And started eating. I had paused the recording anyway. Might as well eat something. The blueberry pie was heaven, and I did not know how and when I ended up eating the whole thing. The next day, I saw Jo walking her dog around the block.
Oh, you do know her.
For some reason, I walked up to her.
My bad.
"Hi, Jo. The pie was so delicious. I loved it. Thanks." "Oh, dearie. Good that you enjoyed it. If you want any more, you can visit me at house number 1254. I started walking when she called out to me. "Hey, dearie. What is your name? By any chance, is it Mel?"
So she doesn't know her? Y'all, I missed so much. What did I miss?
Fine. I was shocked that this lady knew my name, as I had never introduced myself. "Yes, it's Meline. How did you know?" "Oh, my grandson watches your videos on his computer, on that website, what it's called, YouTube? Yes, that one." I saw.
You know what the fucking site is called. Shut the hell up. She's trying to cover her tracks. She be low-key stalking her. I already know what's gonna happen.
Said bye to her, and she went on her way. It was nice to be recognized by someone for being a YouTuber. This was my first time. Later that day, I observed that I had a few new subscribers, and my videos had got some more views and likes. Also, there was a new email in my inbox. When I opened the email, it was from some talent manager company that wanted to help me grow my channel. When I emailed them back asking how they got to know about me, they told me that Joey had told one of their employees about me. That was strange.
Hell yeah.
I corresponded with the agency, and they started sending me tips and tools to grow my YouTube channel. I started following them, and voila, my channel was growing. Before my high school year.
Man, see, okay. For any YouTubers out there, first of all, that's very strange and less likely to happen that you get a boost just like that. See, that's another thing too, y'all. Like I just recently got like a boost of a bunch of subscribers, and I'm like still in awe about it because I'm like, that was random. But you never know, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, you gotta be careful with who you interact with when it comes to terms of like business. Please be straightforward, because people might get the wrong impression because it happens. I ain't gonna lie. There's been a few people who hit me up, and you're like, okay, you can kind of, you know what I'm saying, tell when people on some bullshit, but you just be careful, man. There's spikes of like YouTuber subscribers. Like, I question if they are real. Like, if you don't get like a spur, like comments, I feel like they're not real. Because you know there are people who you can pay for like subscribers, right? You can pay for subscribers. You can pay for views. Don't do that, by the way. Do not do that, man. If you are really trying to be a YouTuber, like, and grow your channel, and I'm still trying to grow my channel. I'm just letting you know, like, don't go that route, because it'll be a huge disappointment in the long run when people think your shit is popping like that. In reality, it's not. So, you know what I'm saying? Just watch out for that.
Year ended.
You can pay for that.
I had the most subscribers, and my channel was the biggest. I kept meeting Joey, and she was the friendliest person ever. Once I graduated, one evening, I got an email from the talent management agency to attend a party organized for the best talent working with the agency, and I was invited. I was so excited to go, as I had finally made it as a YouTuber. Being invited to an influencer party was a big thing for me. I bought a new dress and even made a video of me doing my makeup to go to an event. Luckily, the venue wasn't far from my house, so I drove there. I was escorted inside, and there were a lot of people.
Damn, she big. You got
the lighting was low, and I could see some semi-famous YouTubers. I spoke to a few of them, and they told me that they were approached by the talent management agency when they were still unknown YouTubers. Suddenly,
weird.
A spokesperson walked up the stage and welcomed us. She started speaking about how the company had helped so many influencers grow. However, after the heartfelt speech, the spokesperson said that there was going to be a small ritual that the owner of the company...
I knew it. Oh my God, y'all. It's a fucking cult. It's a fucking cult. Wow.
wanted to perform with us to ensure the success of the company. I have never been to such a party, but I knew that doing some rituals wasn't a part of it.
Right.
Many influencers had the same reaction as me. The guests at the party started whispering. I even thought about sneaking out, but then noticed security standing at every exit.
That's the most raggedy ass security. What the fuck do they have on? I don't take them serious at all. And what the? Look at damn titties everywhere. I know I got my nerve, but damn, I didn't see her. Let me leave it alone.
One influencer even tried to leave, but she was escorted back to the party by the security team. I knew there was something wrong here, so I tried to hide. But there was no place to hide. So I just stood on my spot, waiting for things to unfold. I tried calling, but suddenly, my cell phone had no reception. And I could see many other people around me had no reception either. Was this a trap?
If y'all don't got arcade, y'all better get arcade. It has the best samples in the game.
Virtual instruments, samplers.
The waitress arrived with a tray of shots.
Oh,
but instead of alcohol, the glasses were filled with some red liquid. We were asked to pick one glass and drink. I was hesitant at first, but when I realized that we had no choice, I drank it. As soon as I drank it, the metallic taste of it hit my tongue. It was blood, but there was something mixed in it. The spokesperson once again began to talk, but I could hear nothing. My vision started to blur, and after a few seconds, everything went black. The next day, I got up in my own bed. I was still dressed in
the first thing I'm doing is going to the clinic, honey.
last night's clothes, but I had no clue how I had gotten home or what had happened after I had drunk the liquid. That evening, I got an email. It was from the talent management agency, and they had given me an address to which I was required to go. I was still feeling funny, so I decided to...
You know what? Like, what if the bigger YouTubers, what if they really are part of some, like, sort of cult? But it's, like, not a cult, but it is a cult. That shit would be crazy. You know, I'd be like, I'm not into... Well, I'm just saying, you never know. Like, I was telling you earlier, you never know what heights they go through to get where they are. But what if they secretly trying to tell you this is what it takes? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, my God. Would I jump through those loops, though? I mean, you sign contracts at work, right? Now, let me shut up. Go ahead.
To ignore the email. But there was an attachment in the email. When I opened it, I was shocked. There were pictures of me in compromising positions that had been clicked after I blacked out at the party. The last sentence of the email read that if I did not go to the address, these photos would be leaked and my reputation would be destroyed. I thought about my parents, who were already against me being a YouTube influencer. They would be heartbroken if these pictures ever came out.
Damn,
so I went to the
up.
address at the given time.
I'd have to unalive some people. Now let me stop. I can't because they'll cut my shit. But no, y'all. Yeah. Let me keep going. Let's keep going. Sorry. Y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying though, man. I'd have to go for blood.
Was
for real.
Very different.
Oh
it was full of wealthy people. And I was asked to dance in front of these people.
Damn.
And then perform explicit acts with men. I can't specify the details of what I did or was forced to do. But that night, when I returned home, I was a totally different person. I was dead from within and destroyed. The agency kept on helping me to grow my YouTube channel, and I had started to earn decent money from my channel.
Oh my God.
But every now and then, they would send me such addresses, and I was forced to go and do whatever was asked of me.
So
these people were pimping me, and I was trapped. I had no idea where to ask for help.
Bro, did they say this was true YouTuber horses? So y'all think this is true? Oh my God, y'all. It's so crazy. Oh my Lord, man. See, I don't know, man. First of all, I'm going to always like double check everything I'm reading before I sign. You know what I'm saying? Like the height that people be going, like the heights that people go through to sit there and like make it big. But I wasn't thinking on no shit like that though. Damn, that's crazy. Oh my Lord, y'all. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. Like as of lately, I've been thinking about this YouTube stuff. I really have. And I'm just like, oh Lord, man, you gotta, like, there's so many things I want to do with this channel. So many doors I hope to open for others that are trying to do the same thing. And it's just like, damn, you know, within positive spirits though, like, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, motherfuckers got like negative, like intentions, man. Oh my Lord. I pray to God that will never, ever, 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 ever happen to me, Lord. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd have to go for blood. I have to. Fuck it, you trying to ruin me? I get at this point, we got nothing, you know what I'm saying? Nothing to lose. But I pray to God that never ever happens, y'all. But yeah, okay. So that was that. Where we at right now? I don't know, y'all. Should we do one more? Let me see. What's this? It says the True Relationship Horror Story. Let me go up here and let's see what we can find. Pause this, bro. 3 true Mickey Mouse horror animations. Let's watch this one. Let me see. This is the last one. This is the last one. I'm finna go get something to eat. I'm hungry.
When you find a charcoal toothpaste that epically whitens your smile, you might find yourself...
Did you just take a selfie with our toothpaste?
Okay, here we go. Stop. Okay.
What comes to mind when you think of your childhood? I'm sure you think of your family, meals, or moments as a child. But what you probably also think of is what you saw on TV.
Of course.
Now I'll ask you another question. Can you imagine an icon of your childhood more important than Mickey Mouse? Although they may not have seen him or were more fanatical about other cartoons, it is undeniable that almost every child in the world knows who Mickey is. Like many other kids, I knew who Mickey was. I was his fan, and there was nothing I wanted more in the world than to meet him. What I didn't know was that Mickey wasn't real, and that behind Mickey's costume could be anyone. There could be a good person, there could be a bad person, or there could be a psychopath behind the friendly mouse's mask.
You never know.
And that's exactly what I encountered.
Oh, Lord.
It all started when I was 12 years old. Yes, I know, a little too old to be a Mickey fan. My classmates made fun of me for having so much Mickey stuff, but I didn't care.
Man, I like Mickey Mouse, okay, and I'm in my mid-30s, so.
No matter how young I was, I always had a great sense of individuality and no one was going to tell me what I liked or disliked. My parents used to take me to Disneyland, and I always took pictures with as many Mickeys as I could. I knew that wasn't the real Mickey, and that they were just teenagers working in costumes. But among them, maybe, just maybe there was the real Mickey, camouflaging himself among all the Disneyland employees, and if I tried hard enough to find out which one it was, maybe I would find him, and he would congratulate me.
Really? That's what was going through your mind at 12 years old? I mean, you got video games, I'm just saying.
Whenever I tried to get close to one of the Mickeys at Disneyland, my parents would push me away and tell me to leave them alone. I was a bit of a troublemaker and adventurous, so they were always watching me. Until one day they couldn't watch me. They couldn't stop me from getting close to Mickey. Because Mickey was looking for me.
Oh, shit.
That day I was coming home from school. My parents were working all day, so my grandfather would pick me up. We were walking back to my house when, out of nowhere, I saw Mickey walking towards us in the distance.
Wait a minute, in your neighborhood? This motherfucker was bold enough to sit there and wear the mascot suit? So he was looking for attention, though. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, man. It sounds a little bit weird right there. Come on now.
He was coming behind us, and even though he was far away, I could recognize him. Who else would have those ears, that face, those clothes? I couldn't tell my grandfather, as he would surely make us walk faster. He wasn't a big fan of Disney, and he hated everything about it. I tried to find an excuse to walk slower. Tie my shoelaces, stop for a moment because I was tired. Say I had hurt my leg in gym class. Anything that would slow my grandfather down and make Mickey catch up. When I turned around again, I noticed that Mickey was much closer. Not only had I made a lot of time, but he was walking fast.
He's dreaming. This isn't real. He's dreaming.
Faster and faster, coming in our direction. I remember
I know one thing. Mickey Mouse got fired, though, that day. You sitting there going off the clock to go to visit some little boy? You out of your damn mind. Are you serious?
Moment, getting excited.
No.
He was looking for me. He realized that I wanted to meet him. I ignored my father and ran towards him, but as my grandfather yelled at me, my steps became slower and slower at what I was seeing. That wasn't Mickey.
Who was it?
That man was in a mouse costume. But that man wasn't just any man's costume. This Mickey costume?
Oh, wow.
This costume was horrendous. It was totally
No, that's the hood. That's really what Mickey Mouse looked like, though. That's low-key really what Mickey Mouse looked like. All that little, happy-go-lucky. No, he got tired. He's a psychopath, y'all. You can only do that for so long before you lose your damn mind. This is really how he looks.
Squalid. He had a big smile, but his face was horrible. Like he was a version of Mickey that had aged a lot. The man in the Mickey costume was no old man. He ran and ran.
Okay,
he was getting closer and closer to me. I was paralyzed. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was expecting to see Mickey in front of me. And I saw him, but he looked like a Mickey out of hell.
Run.
The man disguised as Mickey was about to catch me, but my grandfather got there before him and managed to save me in time. He's the one from the news. Run! Run! Go home.
My grandpa about to get swatted. He's the one from the news. Run, nigga. You could have been saying that and running your damn self, man. And when we get home, I'm sorry, but my child... discipline. I didn't tell you to ask to run off from me. Now I gotta take my old ass and run after your ass to keep you safe.
Almost fast.
I don't love you that much.
Fast as you can. Don't turn around. We're only 2 blocks away. Run now. Obeying my grandfather, I ran as fast as I could. I turned around and as fast as I could, I ran. As I did, I heard my grandfather scream in pain. The man dressed as Mickey was probably doing something to him, but I didn't know what. I listened to my grandfather and didn't turn around. I just ran home. Once I got there, I tried to open the door, but it was locked.
Hop the fence?
Behind me, I heard footsteps. When I turned around, I saw him again. It was Mickey, but something had changed. His body was full of blood, and in his hands, he was holding a huge knife. When our eyes met, he raised his hand and with one finger indicated me to go in his direction. I ignored him and went around my house, jumping over the fence and into the yard. The back door to my house was also locked, but I knew where the key was. My parents always left the key under a rock by the pool in case my grandfather or I got locked out. I ran to the pool and grabbed the key, but once I did, I ran back to the door, and before I opened it, I saw him again. Mickey's head was peeking over the fence. On one side of his head...
Get in the house, bro. Why are we... Just go. We know, we already established that he's outside. Just get your ass in the house.
I could see the tip of the knife, and on the other side, his hand was timidly sticking out and waving at me. I got desperate and put the key in the door.
Thank you.
As I entered, I could see how the man disguised as Mickey was slowly climbing the fence. He could have done it faster, but this man was purposely taking his time, making me feel like helpless prey.
Did he close the door?
Once in my house, I locked the door and ran out there. When I finished locking the door, I noticed how the man was watching me from the small kitchen window. Without trying to enter, he watched my every move. With a wave of his hand, he asked me to open the door for him.
Call the cops.
And I ran as far as I could, hiding in my room and locking the door. During that moment, I could hear the man...
Man, no, fuck that. I'm giving him too much credit for him to be 12. Fuck that, man. I don't care. You know better, man. You can call the cops. Fuck it. Bang on all the neighbors' door. Make some noise. Scream. Do something. Like, seriously, this is what we doing? At 12, you too big for that shit. No. Too big.
And disguised as Mickey, forced the kitchen door open and entered. I tried to hide under the bed, but that's when, being as young as I was at the time, I realized something that saved my life. When he came into my house, I had locked myself in with him. Sooner or later, he would surely find me. As I was thinking, I could hear the man knocking on my door. He knew I was there. Instead of hiding, I opened my bedroom window and escaped from the house as fast as I could.
There we go.
As I did so, I listened as the psychopath pounded violently on the door. Sooner or later, he would come in, but I would no longer be there. I ran to the neighbor's house across the street, and when he saw me terrified and crying, he immediately let me in. I told
well, you know, at today's age, yeah, I got you.
Told him everything that happened, but as soon as he heard that a man dressed as Mickey attacked my grandfather, he called the police immediately. My neighbor calmed me down and told me that everything would be okay, that the police were on their way, and that the man couldn't hurt me anymore. Alarmed by my neighbor, my parents arrived at my house, which was already...
Yeah, I know y'all saw that, okay? They showed a full-grown ass woman, then they split second show the guys in there. They were trying to...
swarming with police.
Shit out. I don't know.
They did not find the criminal in my house or anywhere nearby. Who they did find was my grandfather, lying lifeless on the sidewalk a few blocks away.
He was dead for hell of a long
Both my grandfather and my neighbor knew who the criminal was. In the last few days, a man had been killing people in different neighborhoods. The man was always disguised as Mickey. A few days later, the man was caught and arrested. He was found by chance sitting on the sidewalk, looking at the sky.
As hell. Look at him.
The man did not resist or speak. He just let himself be arrested. His motives were never known, although I didn't care to know them either. Maybe as a kid, he was a Mickey fanatic like me, but for some reason, he had gone crazy, disguised himself as his idol, and started a senseless killing spree using his face.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. You gotta teach your kids at the gun range early, I'm telling you, man. Because about him being 12 years old and you running inside the house like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you know stranger danger at least. Go run to the neighbors. He should have been ran to the neighbors, man. He should have been ran to the neighbors. What is that? The hell? And even at that, y'all got some objects in the house you can use for protection, bro. You really can. You ain't gotta wait for this motherfucker to knock on your door. Are you serious? Please. When I tell y'all to try my best to, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't say out loud, but y'all know what I'm talking about. For real, for real. Seriously.
Hello, everyone. We are thrilled that you have been enjoying our videos. Your support means the world to us. For being a part of our journey.
My name is Wendy, and I get Botox Cosmetic. My treatment areas were my forehead, my crow's feet, and my frown lines. I'm really happy with the...
I never went to Disneyland.
Oh, okay. We got.
But you know, I still have a story with Mickey. Don't be stupid, though. Although, unlike many people who have happy stories with him, mine is absolutely terrifying. It all started with a crime. No one in the neighborhood saw our neighbors for weeks. They always left for work at 8 a.m. and went for walks on the weekends. But from one day to the next, no one else saw them. We thought that maybe they'd moved out, but all their stuff was still there. The car was in the house, and they never left without their car. After a while, my parents called the police, and they went in to check the house. They found the worst possible scenario. Everyone in the house was dead, cruelly murdered.
Oh, no.
As the murders had taken place a long time before, there was no trace of the criminals. The couple had no children, and their parents were too old to come see the house. There were other relatives who were going to come and see the house, but they couldn't come for at least a few months. So, for that period of time, the house was abandoned. At that time, I lived on the second floor of my house, and my window looked right into the window of the neighbor's room, where they were found dead. Sometimes I would look at the window.
Oh, that's so eerie, man. That's never ever happened to me. But if that were, I'd be so like cold, and you know what I'm saying, knowing that my neighbor died. That's crazy.
Out of curiosity, hoping to find something. Other times I would see it by chance, simply turning my head as my eyes inspected the window. I don't know why I looked at the window that Thursday morning, but I wish I never had. As soon as my eyes stopped at the window, I saw someone standing in the neighbor's room. At first, I thought for sure some family member had arrived, but then I realized that it couldn't be any family member. It was a person disguised as Mickey.
Look at this motherfucker right here. Oh my God. Oh, those mouths. I cannot stand those mouths, man. It always creeps me the fuck out when I see that. When they smile like ear from ear and their mouth is just unusually large like that. Ugh, so creepy.
And he was looking right in my direction, waving at me.
Waving?
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Was it a joke? A teenage prankster trying to scare me for no reason? Did he understand that he was standing in a place where just a few days before, there were two corpses? And why was he dressed as Mickey? As soon as I saw it, I ran to tell my parents, and they went upstairs and went into my room.
He's gone.
But when they looked out the window, there was no one there. They quickly went downstairs and went to the neighbor's house, but no one seemed...
Wait a minute. Listen, the color of our skin, we're sitting there, we finna check it out? We don't do that shit. The hell? I'm pulling this card. I'm pulling these cards right now. That's not real. That's not realistic there. I would call the cops to do a wellness check, something. I don't know, but I'm definitely not going over there to check it out myself.
Seemed to have entered the house. The doors were still locked, the police tape intact, and the windows were completely secured. Naturally, my parents thought I had seen wrong, or that it was my imagination, especially since the neighbors would notice if someone disguised as Mickey had entered their neighbor's house. And so, just like that, they stopped believing me and pretended I hadn't told them anything. For my part, I was sure of what I had seen, although I still didn't notice anything suspicious. I just wondered where the man disguised as Mickey had escaped.
Where did he go?
I figured that would be the last time I would see him. I had no idea how wrong I was. I was home alone. My parents had gone grocery shopping, and I preferred to stay at home playing video.
I'm sorry, I'm going with my parents. After seeing something like that, I'm never going to be at the house by myself, not for a good minute at least. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Games in my room. Shortly after my parents left, I looked out the window out of curiosity, and there he was. It was Mickey, and again he was at the neighbor's window, looking at me and waving at me like the...
He's telling you're gonna die. I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna get you.
Last time, I quickly reached for my cell phone to take a picture of him. But by the time I did, Mickey was gone. He had escaped me again, and I'm sure no one would believe me when I told them I saw him again, which annoyed...
Maybe he's traumatized by what he heard, and maybe he thinks he sees Mickey. That's what I'm concluding with. I don't know, but that's what it seems like.
Anyway, I kept filming with my cell phone, hoping to find him escaping through the back or front door. I concentrated on zooming in on different parts of the house until a noise in my own house surprised me. The noise was coming from below me. I looked down at the camera, and there he was, Mickey. He was climbing my house. With superhuman strength, the man disguised as a mouse was climbing
Hello, get your camera out and take a picture of his bitch ass. What the fuck?
my house to get to my window. Something had changed about him.
Okay, we could throw shoes, you know what I'm saying? I could take the TV and throw it at his head. Something I can sit there and take pencils and get them hands. You tripping. Come on, there's so many things you could do at this moment.
His body didn't look like it was a costume. He looked like he was a living thing. Plus, he no longer had the adorable Mickey look. His body was totally contracted, contorted, wrinkled, and deformed. I closed the window quickly and walked backward, terrified. Before I could react, Mickey was leaning out of my window, watching me. In an act of sheer violence, he smashed the window with a loud bang and burst into my room. There was something about him that I couldn't stop noticing. This Mickey didn't move like a human at all. It was as if he was trying to imitate a human, as if he was trying to look like Mickey, but behind him, there was no disguise. This was a completely different living being. Was it the one who killed my neighbors? Yes. I ran to the door, but to no avail.
So we do this right now. You could have been there this shit when this motherfucker was going up your what is it, the pipe on his house? You choose to do this now? Y'all, why? Like, I know I'm talking all my shit because by the grace of God, I ain't been in that situation. But I'm telling you, when that flight or fight mode like hits you with the anxiety, I'm not gonna sit there and just stand there and analyze. You know, I think I'm seeing it, or maybe I'm not seeing it. Bro, seriously, get real. Get real.
Fail. The terrifying monster caught up with me as I was coming to the end of the stairs, and we both fell down the stairs. I tried to get up and keep running, but I was in too much pain. Instead, Mickey got up without any problems, and after grabbing me by the hair, threw me against a piece of furniture.
Never. First of all, let me shut up. He got Super Saiyan strength. He picked your ass up by the hair after falling down a whole flight of stairs. Bullshit. I call bullshit, man. I call bullshit.
All the plates began to fall and break next to me.
Mickey's strong as hell, I'm telling you.
While Mickey, with total brutality, came in front of me and with his two huge hands began to choke me. I tried to beg for my life, tried to fight. I tried to cry. Nothing worked, and I was sure I would die there. Suddenly, the front door opened and my parents came in.
They still got the same clothes on from yesterday.
My mom dropped all her bags and came running towards me. When I looked ahead again, trying to see my attacker's reaction, I was surprised. There was no one in front of me.
Maybe it was too soon to let you go.
I love him as much as you do, but this place isn't healthy for him.
What do you mean? Where is the Mickey?
We'll explain it to you, son. Get in the car. We have to...
What the hell is going on, y'all? I was for sure thinking Mom was about to regulate on Mickey real quick, but it turns out he was not even there. Post-traumatic stress disorder? What's going on?
Go somewhere. After a sad and quiet trip where my parents were crying, we entered a hospital and a doctor greeted me. I didn't recognize the doctor, but he seemed to know me. He told me that he had been with me before, but that I would not remember anything, as I was suffering from a case of post-traumatic amnesia. With a lot of patience and confusion on my part, the doctor explained everything that was happening to me. As I told you before, my story did start with a crime, but not that of my neighbors, but that of my parents. One Thursday, I was coming home from school when I noticed that my parents had not received me. I heard strange noises in the room upstairs, and when I went to see what was happening, I saw my father dead and my mother dying.
Wow.
Next to her, there was a man dressed as Mickey. As soon as...
Oh my God, that was a plot twist, you guys. I did not expect that. Damn.
He saw me, the man lunged at me and started to choke me, but the police interceded just in time. Do you know why? Because the neighbors saw everything through the window and called the police.
So the neighbors didn't die then. His parents died.
I spent some time in the hospital recovering from what happened. My neighbors were like parents to me, as they took care of me all their lives. While they were waiting for my parents' cousins to come and take care of me in a few months, they were going to take care...
What's up with his eyes? I'm gonna need him to not do my man like that. You could have made his eyes even as hell. He is cross-eyed like a motherfucker.
...care of me, but I wasn't ready to see my old home, because even though the real man was behind bars, the demon I created in my head in the shape of Mickey was still stalking me, ready to take me, just like he had taken my parents.
Please don't go through.
Today, I'm still trying to recover. I'm 20 years older, and from time to time, I visit the neighbors who took care of me all my life. The house that used to be mine and my parents is inhabited by another family, which is probably for the best. It may have been a long time ago, but sometimes I still see Mickey waving at me from a window. I know it's all part of my imagination, so I just ignore it and go on with my life.
Wow. I pray he don't go crazy, man. That was good. I didn't. Wow, this whole time I'm like, I should have known it was on. What the fuck? I should have known it was on some bullshit when his actual parents went to go check the neighbor's house. I'm like, you know damn well we don't do no shit like that. Hell, you talking about? But yeah, man, that was a plot twist. I like that one. That was good. That was good. Here, let me make myself big so I can go ahead and do my exit real quick. You know what I mean? Because you know that's just what we do. That's just what we do, people. I forgot I had this ginger hair. Look, let me take this off. Okay, Jesus Christ. Where's my brush? You know what I'm saying? Oh, because Susan is really Susan it up, baby. All right, y'all. So that was my reaction to the animation horror stories. It was pretty good. You know, I think I want to continue some more of these. And hopefully y'all enjoyed yourselves. If you are new to the channel, I'm going to say it, dear. I have to introduce myself yet again. I am TJ, aka TJ Mac, aka that girl with the dimples. And if you're new to this channel and you liked what you saw, I mean, please be sure to like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, that's fine. You can always leave a comment, you know what I'm saying? This is a friendly community, people. Please be prepared for whatever you put, because, honey, I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say about that. And if you like it enough, I mean, you know what I'm saying, you can subscribe. So, but yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know how you feel about this video. And if you want to see more stuff, let me know, you know. And I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you enjoy. And please remember, you guys, I be putting out like edited videos, I would appreciate it if you guys check those out. I have some during this weekend. I'm going to try to put 2 projects out that I really want you guys to enjoy. I hope you enjoy. Because you know we don't do just lives on this channel, guys. We definitely do edited videos, and I would appreciate it if you guys check those out. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get me something to eat because your girl is starving, and my daughter should be coming home soon, so I have to have stuff prepared for her. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.